Happy Thursday. I literally just woke up about 20 minutes ago, and it is 1:30, so I'm going to try to give you an actual day of my life. I'm making coffee in the Keurig over there right now. I just took the dogs out. I'll show you. I am uploading all parts of the vlog right now. I just put onto the lamp, because I'm trying to get really kind of centered this morning, some of this. I used the Blackberry Merlot, because I haven't had it before. You see how organized my drawer is? Look at this. I was so proud of myself. Do you guys ever like organize a drawer and you're so proud of yourselves? So, and I'm going to read you my list in just 1 second. My coffee is done. And I'm actually going to sit outside and read for a couple minutes because I have been reading. Well, I actually already did my meditations this morning. I read from the Book of Positive Quotations, Living Juicy by Sark, and Journey to the Heart. Journey to the Heart was about saying goodbye to people. Living Juicy was about, still as adults, using imagination in our lives. And the Book of Daily Positive Quotations, I honestly don't remember, so it must not have been that. Oh, it was about being successful in life. So we don't need all that. And I was like going through my cabinets. My cabinets up here are a complete mess. I need to clean them out. But I found 2 books that I absolutely have, like... Okay, well, the first one is If Life Were a Game, These Are the Rules by Dr. Cherie Scott. And this is what I was talking about last night about the rules for being human. And this is the book. And I'm going to read that a little bit today. And then when I get done, I'm trying to read one a month. It's something that I've been doing since January. Because I have all these self-help books. And so this one is called 5 Wishes, How Answering One Simple Question Can Make Your Dreams Come True by Gay Hendricks. And that's going to be the next one. And then, if you guys are following my so-called Healthy Life channel, right now we're reading Pieces Every Step. We're on, I think we're on page 12. Yeah, Nourishing Awareness in Each Moment. And then after we finish this, which this is only 130 pages, we're going to read Stephen Levine's A Year to Live, How to Live This Year as If It Were Your Last. And it literally takes you through, month by month, as if it were your last year. And it's supposedly fantastic. And I have never read this book all the way through. I started reading it when my mom was sick, and I never finished it. So I actually started reading it in the hospital. I was taking her there for an appointment. And then I have some video stuff. And then, would you guys like to know what my list is for today? See, honest to God, I make a list every day before I go to bed. So I just really... People were like, hey, we'd like to see your real life. Well, this is about as exciting as it gets. So... Well, the first thing first was that I have a hair appointment tomorrow morning at 11. But I also have another appointment tomorrow at 11. So I had to reschedule my hair appointment. So I had to reschedule it for next week at 1, and it's now a mess because I was going to have it, then my next hair appointment is the 24th. These are all just stupid first world problems. So anyway, I have to do my meditations. Oh, please hold. So anyway, I keep this, I don't know if you've ever seen this in here, but I keep this box of Sharpies, or I can't remember who sent these to me. Somebody sent these. They know I'm obsessed with Sharpies. Big ones, little ones, Sharpies, and Post-its, okay? If you want to send me a gift and you're like, Peter, I would like to send you something, but I don't have any money. I only have $2. Go to the dollar store, send me a Sharpie. Send me a packet of Post-its. If you, in your heart of hearts, feel like you have to send me something. I love Post-it notes and Sharpies. Okay, so anyway, somebody sent me this whole pack, which is not just $1. It's very expensive. What color should I use today? This pink is really pretty, don't you think? I'll use this pink today. It's kind of happy Easter. So, this is what I do, you guys, honestly. This is how I am with my life. So, did my prayers and meditations, drank my coffee, crossed it off. And then go get my coffee at Starbucks after I drink my coffee. I'm going to go buy a new pillow at Costco today because I can't sleep on the pillow or have. Oh, this was another thing. So last night, I did not fall asleep until after 7:45 in the morning. I laid there for hours on end. I mean, Alex, I never wake Alex up, and like 3 or 4 times he was like, babe, what is going on? You cannot sleep. I was like, I don't know. Like, have you ever been like that? I was like literally wired for sound. I have no idea why. I don't use drugs. I drank 1 fountain pop last night at like 12, which that's nothing for me. I used to be able to drink a pot of coffee and go to bed. I don't know what the problem was last night. I'm not stressed out. Literally, honest to God, I don't feel stressed out by anything right now. So, I'm not really sure what it was. You guys are on top of the microwave, just in case you wanted to know when you're sitting here. This is what you're on top of. You're always on top of our cheap ass microwave, of which I've needed to get a new one forever. That's my mother's old microwave. But why buy a new microwave if the microwave you have works and really all you use it for is popcorn and lean cuisines? But then I woke up today and I'm like, I mean, it is late. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I woke up at like 1. But I don't know why it took me so long to fall asleep last night. It was so long why I couldn't fall asleep last night. And my husband wants a sweater. It smells so good. Do you ever do that with your boyfriend or girlfriend? Like, Alex thinks that's so weird that I do that. Smell their clothes. Anyway, I need a dust. I know that's on my list because everywhere I look, there's dust. I want to buy a pillow. I need to go to the P.O. box. I need to mail some things out. I need to do my videos today. I want to do a live stream today. I need to start finalizing my merch shop because people keep on asking for the merch. I need to order contacts because somebody sent me a contact site. Yay! So I'm going to do that, then schedule the eye appointment and get off and back. Okay. And then I need to go and take my watch that was sent to me and have it sized because I did it wrong when I ordered it. I need to dust and clean. I need to go and I want to buy like body spray. I haven't used this in years. Like, you know, the Axe body spray, except that I don't want Axe body spray. But like, I want something that's like a deodorant spray throughout the day because I'm not heavy on the cologne during the day, if that makes sense. And then I have a meeting tonight, and then I want to read. So that's my schedule for today. It's my day off. Tomorrow I am like busy. I have like 4 appointments tomorrow. One, like a hair appointment. I get talking so fast. You guys, I don't know how you keep up. I get talking sometimes so fast I lose my breath. I have 4 appointments tomorrow. And, 3 setting up, like life coaching weekends, like, coaching weekends for businesses, and 1 private appointment. Oh, and then I have my counseling appointment. So I have 5 appointments tomorrow. And this is our individual week. So Alex had his today. And then Alex leaves tomorrow afternoon, early evening for Miami. And I'm not taking him, but I'm picking him up. So I don't know how that's going to work. Well, he's flying there with his, like, the person that owns the business that he's also really good friends with. So he'll probably drive to her house and then, like, probably take, like, an Uber or something there, I would think. I don't know. And then I'm picking him up on Monday. So, yeah. And you know what this weekend is? It's Pee and Peter's special weekend. So I have to tell you guys the funniest thing that just happened. Okay. So I was at Costco. I did go to Costco and I bought new pillows for us. Really nice pillows. And they were like $20 for 2. And then I went to Meijer. I should do a Meijer haul, but I'm not going to. I bought like soap and toothpaste and all that kind of stuff that I don't want to buy in bulk at Costco. I just don't need all that kind of stuff. And anyway, so I bought all kinds of that kind of stuff. But then I was like, I'm really hungry and I'm getting ready to go home and make my videos and do a live stream. So I was like, well, I'll just go across the street and get Yats. Because Yats is literally like, what is on my camera? Right, there's some like junk on my camera. Right across the street. You guys, I've shown you in here before that Yats, it's like Creole, Jambalaya. But right next to it is this new restaurant that opened called Witch. And it's like all sandwiches. I've literally looked up their menu twice because I really want to try it, but I'm real weird. Like, if I'm hungry and I want to eat, like, I don't want to, like, go and then be, like, disappointed by what I get, if that makes sense. So, here's my Witch. I got the Cobb salad wrap. And, so I walk in and it's like dead in there, right? And I literally almost took my camera in because I was like, there's nobody in there. You guys want to see me vlog in places. So I was like, I'll just take my camera. But like, I'm still kind of nervous about taking my camera in public places, which is why I film a lot on, in my car. I just need to get used to it is what I need to do. So anyway, so I go in there and I'm talking to this girl, super sweet girl. And I'm like, which one's better? They have like this one called the Ultimate BLT that's like all this bacon and avocado and tomato and stuff. I said, which one's better, this or the Cobb salad wrap? And she's like talking to me, she's like, well, I like the Cobb salad wrap better. And she's like looking at me and she goes, you're Peter, right? And I go, yeah. And I'm like, and you guys, like, listen, like, having done what I did in my career for so long, like, siblings, parents, people just know me and like around here, not because I'm like so famous, because I'm not, but like somebody will be like, oh, like you're friends with my sister, or oh, you know, like my mom saw you as, you know, a life coach or whatever, or you know, my, you know, like brother, you had my brother in treatment or something like that, right? And that's totally what I thought it was. And I go, oh yeah. I go, yeah, I am. I go, what's your name? And she was like, Beth. And I was like, oh, hi, Beth. It's nice to meet you. And I go, now how do we know each other? And she goes, well, we don't know each other. She goes, I know you from YouTube. And I was like, oh, this has not happened, you guys, in a while. Like, when Trisha Paytas shouted me out, it happened like literally every day. But after that, like after that first month, it hasn't happened in forever. But this is what was really cool to me about it. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm a little scared to share this on here because then I'll drop and whatever. But I just passed 7,000 subscribers on my BookTube channel. And that means the world to me. I mean, to like have gotten that many subscribers at just 1 year of my channel being up. And I love that channel. I love books, I love reading, you guys know that. I talk about it on here all the time. So she goes, I said, how did you find me? And she goes, well, I started looking up like books on YouTube or book reviews on YouTube, and I found you through there. And she's like, I just started following you. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. This is the first time anybody, like, well, one time in Half Price Books, somebody came up to me. But she was like, this is like the second, like the first real time that I really actually had a conversation with somebody that like knew me from BookTube. And so we started talking about books, and I was like, what kind of books do you like? And she's like, I like retelling. So hey Beth, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for making my day so good, and very sweet. But it's like really cool, like the power of the internet in a positive way of like meeting people. And she was like, I bought your book right after I started following you. And I was like, what did you think? She's like, well, I haven't read it yet, but I was like, oh, okay. And, but she was so cute and it was so sweet. And, I just loved it. You know, it was like we were sitting there talking about books, and this other girl that worked in there, hi Jasper, she told me, I love that name, Jasper, for a girl. I might have to use that as a character in a book. But anyway, she was telling me like some of her favorite authors, and so we were just sitting there talking about books and stuff. But love that. I love meeting people in public that watch my videos and find enjoyment out of it. I said to her, I go, well, I hope you like my videos. And she goes, well, I'm still subscribed to you. And I thought, oh my Lord, I don't know what that means, but anyway. But that was cute. It made my day really happy, so. And it's pouring down rain in Indianapolis, and my head is killing me. And, of course, what's new when it rains? And there's like a traffic jam on the interstate right here. I don't know what that's about. So I'm excited. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna eat my sandwich, and then I'm gonna make my videos. Yeah. I've got 2 ideas for BookTube videos. I can bolt these out in like an hour, okay? But first I have to take a shower, because I took a shower last night, like you know, but I didn't do my hair. And I kinda wanna take a shower. I actually bought this new shaving cream. I'll show you guys. I don't wanna hurt my sandwich here, my wrap. Uh-oh. I bought a new magazine for a new magazine video. I wanted like, okay, this is the other thing, is I wanted to buy like a body spray for underneath my cologne. But like, I was sitting there and I literally smelled like every Axe body smell, and they smelled like sitting in a bar at 3 a.m. when people are real desperate, is what they, no offense. But if you like one of them, if you're a man or if you're a woman and your man wears a body spray, or if you're a woman and you wear a male body spray that you like, could you let me know? Because I couldn't find one that I just really loved, but I did find this. I would wear it underneath my cologne, and so it can't like be so counteractive to my cologne, if that makes sense. So I got this one called Old Spice Refresh Body Spray, and it's like lasts all day, refresh through your. So I got that mouthwash, but I was like looking at all these different. Irish Spring. I love Irish Spring everything, just so you know. But I will tell you, if Gain made body products, I would probably use them. But I always like to try new shaving creams and shaving. I used to just use Barbasol, which is literally like 67 cents a bottle. But last time I bought this, it was called like something butter, and it was okay, but it was no great shake. So this time I got this Cremo Sandalwood Concentrated Shaving Cream, and possibly Slick Formula. Dramatically reduces nicks and razor irritation, which I don't get anyway. Can give you the closest, most comfortable shave. Leaves skin astonishingly soft and smooth. 90-day supply. Doubt it. 90-day supply. They always say shit like that. But anyway, I want to try some different kind of like shaving creams and body lotions and stuff. But I'm very sensitive to smell. And I either wear, like for cologne, very clean smells, like I love Clinique Egoist, or I wear like very woodsy smells, like Michael Kors for Men, or, and like another clean scent is like Bond No. 9 Bleecker Street, but I really can't afford that on a regular basis. I also love like the Tom Fords, oh my god, like that Tobacco Noir or whatever it's called, and the Oud Noir, whatever, all those. And then, oh my god, the one that's like Black Orchid or something like that, that's for men. It's not Black Orchid, isn't for men, but have you ever gone like in somewhere and smelled all those Tom Fords that are like $350? I have a hard time dropping that kind of money even when I have it on cologne. I just like, that's ridiculous. I have a hard time dropping $60 or $80 on a bottle of cologne, but I like it, and people, that's one of the things that people notice, is that they're like, oh, you smell so good, and it makes me feel good. So I feel like that's a luxury I'll spend, but not for $300 on Bond or Tom Ford or Creed. Oh my god, Creed Aventure and Creed Oud Noir or Oud something. Those are my like 3 favorite scents, but I mean, $300 for a bottle of cologne. If you guys do it out there, hey God, you know, bless you, but like, I wish I had the kind of money to drop on stuff like that, but I just don't. But if I did, that would be one thing I would spend money on. I think I talked about that the other day. But like Tanya and I were talking about it the other day, and I said, you know, I would love to just have like 10 bottles of cologne, but the reality is I don't like that many bottles of cologne, you know, like, or I'll buy a bottle of cologne and I think I'm gonna like it and I won't like it. Like I got Spice Bomb because I had smelled it on so many people, but it's like one of those colognes that smells different on other people, and it didn't smell right on me. And I love Angel for Men, and these are all colognes that are around the $60 to $90 mark, depending on where you get them. But like Angel for Men does not smell good on me. And so I got Alex Bulgari for Men, and it's like the sexiest scent beside, oh, Chanel Blue. I love Chanel Blue too. But Bulgari for Men I really liked. I'm good about going up into Perfumania. Y'all have a Perfumania where you live? I love that place. Especially when they have discount sales and you can get stuff that's, you know, I'm all about the clearance. Anyway, that's where I'm at today. Exciting life. Bye. Hey, you guys. So it has literally rained here, like, I don't know, like 5 days in a row. I'm so over it. Partly because I have such a bad headache from it, and I'm so over it. And it's 12:49. I feel like last night I got on here right at 12:49. And I just left Tanya's. I was so hungry. I got that sandwich earlier, and then I went home, and then I filmed my videos. And then Alex came home, and I hung out with him for just a little bit because he's leaving tomorrow, and then I had to go to my meeting. And then I came over to Tanya's afterwards because Alex went to sleep. And we watched Real Housewives of New York. I got a chicken salad sandwich from the gas station. I don't know why that was sounding. God, stupid glasses will not, they're so blurry. Can you see that? I just cannot keep them clean. And so, is this am I right on top of you guys? I got a chicken salad sandwich, and I got these biscuit and gravy chips, which were gross, and I was gonna get an orange juice, but I got mango juice. And this cream cheese, I don't know what it was, something. It's about as good as it's gonna get. I feel like this is really there. So I sat there and ate while we were watching Real Housewives of New York, and then we watched the new Andy Cohen show. I'm out of Listerine strips. Do you guys use Listerine strips? Oh, I have a couple in here. Do you guys use these? I don't love them, but I'm kind of sad about Alex leaving tomorrow, honestly. I don't know. It's been weird. I've been kind of sad about it all day today. He's excited because he's going to Miami, of course, but I mean, I'm excited for him. I don't know. I'm just kind of a little sad about it. Whew, those things are so hot. Do we have any water back here? I love this new water core. But he'll be back on Monday, so it's not like it's a long trip. And this will not be long tonight because I'm tired. And I have an appointment tomorrow at 11. My counseling appointment at 1. And then I have another appointment at 3. Yeah. And then that's my day tomorrow. I'm excited about sleeping on my new pillows tonight. We each got a new pillow. So I'm excited about that. I'm kind of really over my audiobook right now. I did a whole booktube video about this. That I was really excited about it when I started it, but I'm just not into it anymore. I'm just kind of tired of reading it. Just real blah about it. But I only have I have 5 hours left to listen to it. I could probably even get that done in a day. Although the other 6 hours I've listened to already, it took me a week. It just is real slow moving. I loved it when I first started it, and I love the author, but it's just kind of slow train to Christmas, you know? Anyway, do you see that? Can you guys hear this rain, the windshield wipers and all of that? I'm so over the rain. I mean, I think it's pretty, but if you're laying in bed napping, maybe. Not driving around, not having to go out in it. Oh, little bunny rabbit. Just crossed the road. I mean, it's literally rained every day this week. I'm trying to think of something that happened today that I could talk about and tell you guys a little bit about. Something came up in the meeting tonight that I really like this concept. I'm actually going to talk to my counselor about it tomorrow. And it's this idea, and I'm not just going to make it my own, but that oh, never mind. I shouldn't do that. That's not appropriate. But I liked it. I like thinking about patterns, of thinking and concepts of why we continue to react to things the same way in our lives, if that makes sense. Because I think that patterns need to be broken. I was talking today on here? I was, about the Dr. Sheree Scott book. I think that was today, wasn't it? If life were a game. If life is a game, these are the rules. And, in there there's a lot about lessons, and lessons are repeated until they are learned. And I believe that to be true also of patterns, that like patterns continue to show up until they are broken in your lives of how you behave about things. And, I was thinking today about this idea of like, okay, so like, I'm trying to think of a good example. But like, let's say if I like get fired from a job, right? And then my response to that is, like, if my emotion is, I can't believe I got fired, people always let me down, I'm never good enough for anybody, then what I need to do is I need to take that reaction, that response, and take a look at, well, when was the last time that happened in my life? When was the last time that I felt that way in my life? What was the last event, right? Almost kind of like connect the dots. So then let's say if the time before that wasn't when I lost a job, but maybe it was when I had a boyfriend break up with me. And then I was like, okay, so when he broke up with me, I felt like, why aren't I good enough? Why does this always happen to me? And then I go from that, and I go back, and I say, okay, so when did that happen? When did I have that feeling before? And if, I look at, well, I had a friend in high school. Maybe my friend one day just no longer wanted to be friends with me. Okay, and that feeling that I had that was common was, I'm not good enough. Why does this always happen to me? Victimization to some degree, also low self-worth, right? Those are the two patterns that I'm seeing over and over and over again. And then it goes back and I say, okay, well, that was when I was in high school. When else did that happen? Well, maybe that happened to me in 5th grade when, my best friend didn't pick me to be on their team for baseball. I mean, I'm just picking like 4 examples or 5 examples, but there could be 50 examples in your life. And my reaction to that was, why aren't I good enough? Why does this always happen to me? And then that goes back to, let's say, having 3 sisters. I'm an only child, but let's just say I have 3 sisters, and, my dad always wants to spend time with my sisters, but never wants to spend any time with me. And the reaction is, why am I not good enough? Why does this always happen to me? So are we reacting to things like losing jobs because we've really never taken a look at that situation with dad and my sisters, which continues to play out this pattern in my life of I'm not good enough, and shit continues to happen to me over and over and over again. Which the changed pattern that needs to be is the opposite of everything is true. I am good enough, and this doesn't continue to happen to me. I continue to perceive it to be the same thing, if that makes sense, because perception is 90% of what happens to us. And once I can see it that way, then the next time, like, let's say somebody breaks up with me, I can say, you know what? They're missing out on a good thing. Or maybe the relationship was meant to be over. Maybe we weren't either one of us getting anything out of it. But it doesn't have anything to do with me not being a good person. And this is an isolated incident. This isn't the same thing happened to me over and over and over again. And you can break the pattern and you can go on and you can grow from that. And I love that, I love that idea of lessons are repeated until they are learned, and breaking patterns in our lives. Because I think that is truly remaining teachable to what needs to change within us, if that makes sense. And what needs to be changed within me, I think. Because I have a lot of those, I have a lot of those ideas in my head that continue to happen over and over and over again. The why I'm not good enough is one of them for me, definitely. Whether it's employment or partners, all of them, friends, all of them. I always am like, why am I not good enough? Pity party bullshit, right? When in my heart of hearts, I know I am good enough. And each one is an isolated incident. They're not directly related. One's not directly related to the other, But I somehow in my mind want to weave them all together and act like it's this whole conspiracy that people are out to get me, which that's just bullshit. Maybe supposed to learn this lesson. Or maybe if there's no spiritual element to it, when I do learn this lesson, it'll stop happening to me because I will stop responding to it the way. It's not the event that continues to occur to me over and over and over again. Even if the event looks similar, even if it's every boyfriend I date breaks up with me, the event can look similar, but my reaction, my response can change. And I can change the pattern. Does that make sense? So, like, what I need to do is, you know, I almost quoted something from the basic text of a 12-step program, but, you know, what needs to be changed is not so much in the world, but what needs to be changed is in me, if that makes sense. And being okay and accepting what is the truth about myself, that I am good enough, I am worthy, I deserve good things to happen to me, I'm a good person. And I think that when we start telling ourselves those things and we start believing those things is when those things start turning around for us, you know? Do you relate to that at all? Do you have patterns in your own life that, like, you see continue to resonate through? Or do you have that friend or that family member that always complains about the same thing? I'm like hiccuping like crazy from that juice. Do you have that, like, friend that, like, like, you can see the relationship's gonna break up, and before we even get to that point, you're like, you already know how they're gonna respond, because they always respond the same way. But what if they said to you, you know, like, they always say, I knew it was gonna happen, this happens to me, guys are shit, it's always, you know, guys are shit, girls are shit, it always happens to me, I knew it was gonna be this way. Well, no, not all guys are shit, not all girls are shit. Maybe the truth is, you know, look at it differently. And so that friend came to you and said, I just don't really think that he was the guy for me, you know, and I think he recognized it, and I think I recognize it. So maybe he did us both a favor. Would you not just be like, what did you just say? And I think that's the trick, you know. I read a lot of that book today, actually. The Cherie Scott book. I really liked it. But I think that's the trick, is changing how we respond. You know, it's like Alex came home tonight, and my husband has a lot of anger and a lot of, like, he's not I wouldn't say he's an angry person, but I would say that when he is angry, he's very angry. But it's always stuff like if somebody hits the car, or, you know, like if he hurts himself, he, like, responds in anger. This is so embarrassing, but I'm gonna tell it. So one of the dogs peed on the bed tonight. We don't know which one, right? So Alex comes upstairs and he's like, and I'm sitting there, baby, Mr. Meditation of the week. You know, I'm thinking, I am so calm right now. And I'm just looking at him, and he's like, I'm so tired of these animals. Not our pets, these animals, right? And I said, do you think you can respond a little differently, please? And he goes, don't tell me how to feel. And I said, I'm not telling you how to feel. I said, I'm asking that, I understand that you're angry and that you're upset that you walked up here and one of the dogs peed on the bed. It doesn't happen very often, rarely. And I said, you know, maybe one of them got scared. I don't know what happened, you know? It was a little bit. It was literally like that much, okay? But we had navy blue sheets and it was pulled. You could tell that's what it was. And he was very upset about it. And I said, listen, I said, you're going to Miami for 4 days. You're going to have a wonderful vacation. This is my home, my reality for the next 4 days. Please don't get angry and then just leave me and the dogs to just be here, you know? And he was like, I'm sorry. And I go, you don't have anything to apologize for. I understand you're angry. I go, but do you have to respond at a 9? Could you maybe respond at like a 6? And he goes, okay, you're right. I didn't need to get as angry as I got, you know? And I think, like, that's, like, how communication in our relationship has really helped. Because, like, I'll say that to him, and I know the next time he'll take a look at that. Because Alex is somebody, I will say this for my husband, that, like, things that he has to work on with himself, like, you don't have to tell him too many times. Like, he takes a look at it, like, immediately. You know, and there was about a 2-year period with us. It's like the year before we got married. And he said to me, like right before New Year's that year, he said to me, but like he had brought it up a lot, that I was a very negative, not a positive person. And I said, and this is like the reality of relationships. I said I was going to talk about reality of relationships on here, not bullshit, right? But he said to me, he goes, you know what? He goes, every day that I get up, I take a shower, I get dressed cute, I do my thing, and I'm very positive about the day ahead of me. And it's really hard to be around somebody that's that negative. I started making 50 excuses. If you had my life, you know, if you knew had my day, if you blah, 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 whatever, you know, my mother's always been a negative person. I have a lot of her genes. I made every excuse in the book. He brought it up, I can't tell you how many times. And finally, he said to me one day, he said, Peter, I love you, but your negativity is like, it really is hard, you know? So that year for Christmas, for Christmas, I gave him a picture of me smiling. It's beside his bed. He still has it there. And I said, every day that I wake up in the next year, I'm going to be smiling because I'm going to work on myself being positive. Now, you don't say something like that to my husband and you don't stick to it, okay? Like, if you're going to say it, you better do it or he's going to throw it in your face. And that year was when I came back and I got really involved in a 12-step program, and I really started taking a look at myself and living with an attitude of gratitude and waking up every day and being very, very thankful for the things that I had, the things that my life could have that don't, like a lot of negative things like illness and, you know, all that kind of stuff, and just being very grateful for the life that I have. And slowly I started to stand up straight and smile on a regular basis and be, you know, calm. And I was like really positive. I'll never forget, we were out at brunch one day and he goes, you know what's so funny? And I said, what? And he goes, you're like so happy all the time anymore. And I was like, well, I told you I was gonna work on it. He was like, you really have worked on it. And he goes, I haven't even thought about it like in the last month and a half. Like, you haven't said anything even negative. What's funny about that is that when he gets kind of negative now, I go, do you remember what you used to say to me about being negative? And he's like, shut up. So, you know, like, I think that's where you can learn from each other in a relationship, you know, and grow. So, Alex had his appointment today. I have my counseling appointment tomorrow. And I said to him when he came home tonight, like, so one of my rules in counseling is if you're in couples counseling, but you also see couples separately, don't you love that these are my rules for when I used to work with couples, but now I'm applying them to us? I'm so sick. But I said, I used to say to couples, like, don't talk about your individual sessions outside. It's not healthy. But so I told Alex that, like, after the first session, I said, I think we probably should just keep our, like, what we do in our sessions separately. He goes, yeah, I totally agree. So he came home tonight and I go, how was your session today? He goes, it was really good. He was like, he gave me a big hug and he was like tickling me. He's a tickler, which drives me nuts. And, Alex is like a tickler. Like, here are the two things. If you're standing next to Alex, he'll put a finger in your ear or he'll tickle your side until you like collapse. Like, those are his two things. And that's how he shows affection towards people sometimes. I don't know. I don't love it, but whatever. Oh, I've learned to love it, I guess. The ear thing I don't like. That's like having brothers shit. I'm like, I never had a brother. He goes, I know, that's why I do it to you. You need to catch up. My mom used to do that stuff because that's the kind of shit she did to my Aunt Kathy that would drive her crazy. They're probably in heaven right now doing shit to just drive each other crazy, borrowing clothes and stuff. But anyway, so, I said, so, like, and I'm like real serious, right? I'm like, but we're good, right? He goes, you mean like, am I serving you with divorce papers? No, that's not happening today. He goes, honey, don't worry about it. It was a really great session. I was like, okay. And then he was like, oh, by the way, I had to change our appointment for our counseling session next week. It's not going to be on this day. It's going to be on this day. I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, I'm loving counseling. It is so helpful to us, and it's so helpful to me individually. Like, I kind of have some things I want to talk about in there tomorrow that have absolutely nothing to do with my marriage. So, you know, do those things you know you need to do, like get your ass to the gym. Hello, I'd raise my hand for that one. Or, you know, like reading more. These things you say you're going to do, but like fear keeps you grounded and you don't do it. But as soon as you do it, and you know you need to do it, but as soon as you do it, it's like, why was I so afraid? Like, it's so good. Like, that's how counseling was to me. Because I had been a counselor, I was terrified to walk in the door. And the first thing I said to this guy, I said to him, I said, I need to be really honest with you. I was terrified to walk through the door because I used to be a counselor. I said, I know that's stupid. I said, every counselor that I respect, that has been a mentor to me, has been in counseling for 30 years every week. Like most of the therapists and psychologists that I am friends with that have been doing this for 30 and 40 years and are my mentors, all of them have seen counselors on a regular basis, like always, because they will say those people that are the healthiest to take care of other people are those people that are taking care of themselves. They firmly believe that, right? And he looked at me and he goes, Peter, he goes, it was the same way with me getting into counseling. So I said, I looked at him, I go, so you go to a counselor? He goes, yes. I was like, fear. Fear keeps me so grounded. I hate that, you know? And my dad is fearless, and my mother was fearful, so I know that I get it from my mom. But I want to be less fearful. You know, I want to be willing to take on more and take risks. And, like, this YouTube channel has really helped that for me, like, getting on here and just, like, I mean, I sit here and tell some personal shit, you know? And then I upload it, I'm like, it's uploaded, it's out there in the world, there's nothing I can do about it now, you know? If you had said to me a year ago, you're gonna have a channel where you drive around and you talk about being in marriage counseling, I would have said, first of all, I won't be in marriage counseling. Second of all, I won't be talking about it on any kind of camera. I don't know what, you're foolish. And now here I am. You know, or that I would have been sharing my addiction story, or I would have talked about my mother's death, or my fears, you know? And at the core, for me, I do it for two reasons. Number one, because I don't want to forget where I came from. And number two, because if I can just help one person that relates to it and says, wow, like, okay, so he was there, now maybe I could get there. You know, or maybe like, hey, that really resonates with me, you know? Maybe I need to go to a 12-step program, or maybe I need to, you know, get a counselor, or hey, I should probably read that book, you know, or I'm not there yet, but I'm gonna watch a few more videos and see, you know, like maybe. It all starts with that seed, you know, planting that seed. Somebody planted a seed of me, you know, years and years and years ago, and believed in me. And believed that I could make it, you know, from this scared, shitless, resistant, arrogant, little 22-year-old worthless drug addict that could give a shit about you or me or anybody else in the world. And she believed in me, and she, you know, said, you're gonna be something someday. And because she believed it, I believed it. And so now I know it's true. And I know there's somebody else out there that's listening to me right now, and I believe it for you. I really do, you know? I can't promise you that you'll be a millionaire. I can't promise you that you'll win the lottery, or that you'll drive a Porsche, or that you'll have a house in Malibu. But if you're going through a really hard time right now in your life, I can promise you, there will be a day you wake up and go, wow, it all fed together. Now I get it. I have an amazing life because of all that. I have an amazing life. And the shit that comes along my way today, like my aunt dying in January, today I have a way to deal with those things, you know? I cry. You all see me crying here all the time. I get angry. I scream. I yell. But I survive. I make it day to day. And I continue to do this thing called life. And I'm so thankful for it. It's such a gift, you know? Because I don't want to miss out on what might happen tomorrow. I don't want to miss out on the one person that might contact me tomorrow and say, you have no idea. I can't tell you how many people have contacted me and said, I started school because of you. I started YouTube channels because of you. I got your book. I started writing my own book. I mean, I cannot tell you how many people in the 1 year of doing this that has told me that, especially the school thing, which is so phenomenal to me, you know? I am such a supporter of school. Even if you have to save up for 2 years to take one class, and take one class every 2 years because that's all you can afford. My husband did it like that for a long time. School's expensive. But when you get that degree, even if it took you 20 years to get it, nobody can take that from you. I don't care if it's a high school degree. I don't care if it's a GED. I don't care if it's a bachelor's degree or associate's degree or a master's degree, a PhD, an MD. I don't care what it is. Once you get that degree, nobody can, I mean, they can if they find out that you cheated or something like that. But if you do the hard work, nobody can take that from you, you know? I can't promise you that that degree will get you $1 million. It might not. I remember when I would go to my dad's house and I put my feet up on this table that he had in the kitchen. And he'd get so mad, he'd go, get your feet off that table. And I'd be like, Dad, what does it matter? Like, this is an old table, right? And I'll never forget, he looked at me and he goes, when you work your ass off to make the money to buy that table, then you can put your feet up on it. And I never understood that until I started working at the treatment facility and I was making $6.12 an hour. My first paycheck was like $4.20 something. And I thought, yeah, I couldn't afford that table. You know what I mean? I love life. I ain't giving up for nothing. Can't take me out of this. I love it. A kiss, a smile, dogs running, a new meal, all of it. I love it. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm always excited about the next day, you know? I hope you guys get that way. If you're not there, you will be. I've had days that I thought I'll never make it. But I'm still here, baby. Still kicking. All right, you guys. I'm going to go to bed. I love you. Bye.